Tampa Bay. Let's get your day started. This is ABC Action News, taking action for you.
A teen weeks away from graduating high school dies in a hit-and-run crash. Right now at 6, we're asking Polk County leaders what can be done to stop traffic deaths like this.
And a local nonprofit looking to revitalize Tangerine Plaza is heading to City Hall today. I'm Marissa Scott, and coming up, we're looking into their plans to build a free grocery store.
Hello and good morning, everybody. It is Thursday. It's also opening day for the Rays. I'm James Tully.
And good morning. I'm Dee O'Reilly. It is also raining. Of course, you don't have to worry about that once you get inside the truck, but you got to get there. Jazz is going to help you get out the door and on the road. Greg, Dee, we're looking at this rain. Is it going to stop like this?
Yeah, it's over by 9 o'clock this morning. For those of you that are still seeing some showers, I don't think it's going to be a huge deal for opening day at the Trop. Of course, you probably want to spend some time before the game in downtown St. Pete and maybe linger a little bit after. Some of you tailgating even before. Right now in St. Pete, 72, cloudy skies. In Tampa, also looking at the clouds, 72 degrees with calm winds. Humidity is high. There's a look at the latest radar. No one in Hillsborough, Pinellas County is getting rain at this moment. Pasco County, you're completely dry as well. The showers are farther out in the Gulf of Mexico and in northern Citrus County, where there's some lightning and thunder too. It's these showers out here in the Gulf that have been developing a little farther south and then approaching the coast. I think later on this morning, we will have to deal with a few more scattered downpours, maybe a rumble of thunder or two. 72 Palm Harbor, 72 at TPA, 74 South Tampa, 73 in Sun City Center, and 72 in Valrico. These temperatures are not going to move much today. Once the rain moves by, drier air starts to come in. You'll notice wind gusts over 30 miles an hour, and a temperature in the afternoon that's probably about 3 degrees warmer than what it is right now. St. Pete, in fact, will hold in the low 70s through the afternoon. But look at this. After some showers between 8 and 9 o'clock in the morning, sunny, beautiful, and dry with gusty winds over 30 miles per hour. Sets us up for a really nice holiday weekend as we look ahead into Easter. That's in the 7-day forecast coming up. Jazz, good morning. How the roads doing on this Thursday?
Good morning to you, Greg D. You know, that's what I like to hear, setting us up nice for Easter, Resurrection Sunday for some of us. Good morning to you, Tampa Bay. Right now, taking a look at the green that's on the map. We have a lot of it, so that means 275, 75, and I-4 starting off really, really strong. A couple of minor issues, at least that I'm tracking. One, though, is on Clay Pit Road. That's at Mango Road. So drivers coming out of the Seffner area, be mindful, you might run into that, but that looks like it's kind of starting to clear up already. We don't have any real major headaches out there right now, fortunately, and the drive times still look lovely. So if you're headed south and you're taking 75, Bruceby Downs to I-4 will get you there in under 10 minutes, looking at 7 minutes there. We'll keep you updated as things start to change throughout the morning, but for now, Dia, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Jazz. Now to the latest in the Baltimore bridge collapse. Today, investigators with the National Transportation Safety Board plan to interview the 2 pilots of the cargo ship that crashed into the Francis Scott Key Bridge. Yesterday, divers recovered the bodies of 2 construction workers from a submerged pickup truck. 4 others are still missing and are presumed dead. Divers have to wait now for rubble and debris to be cleared out before they can resume recovery efforts. That area that they're trying to get to is fully enclosed by concrete and metal. 56 cargo containers on the ship have hazardous materials, but they don't pose a threat to the public. Now, coming up at 6:30, we'll take a look at the federal government's response to the bridge collapse.
An update now on the deadly hit-and-run crash in Bartow we first told you about yesterday morning. The crash killed an 18-year-old student walking to school. Zachariah Clayball was just weeks away from graduating. Family and friends tell us he loved playing his guitar, collecting shoes, and was working at Arby's, saving money to buy a new car. Hillsborough County deputies say they found and arrested the driver who hit Clayball at the Brandon Mall. Sadly, this is not the first tragedy the Clayball family has faced. This morning, we're digging through the documents and found that the teen's father was also hit and killed back in 2020. Records from the Polk County Sheriff's Office show a drunk driver crashed his car into a Winter Haven gas station, pinning him against the counter.
Yesterday's hit-and-run crash was the 3rd deadly one in 3 days in Polk County, and we asked local leaders what's behind the increase and what can be done to fix any problems. Bartow City Commissioner Trish Pfeiffer is chair of the county's Transportation Planning Board. She wants the group to examine the recent hit-and-run to see if infrastructure played a role. She says as Polk County grows rapidly, it is pressing transportation needs and needs more funding to fix them.
There's never enough money. And just because we know that doesn't mean that we can't look for more. We need to look at all the options on the table. We need to ask the people, what do you think?
Last November, county commissioners decided not to ask voters if they're in favor of a half-cent sales tax to fund transportation projects. Pfeiffer thinks it might be time now to have that discussion again.
This morning, following through in a story we've been telling you about, the push to revitalize Tangerine Plaza in St. Pete.
Today, a local nonprofit will present a proposal to turn the strip mall into a grocery store that allows families to shop for free in an area that's experiencing food insecurity. ABC Action News reporter Larissa Scott is looking into how this could impact the community. Good morning, Larissa.
Hey, good morning, Dia and James. Well, it's been years since Tangerine Plaza here has had a grocery store, leaving this community with limited options for fresh food. And that's something one local nonprofit is now trying to change. And Positive Impact is gathering here at 7 o'clock this morning. Then a bus departs for City Hall at 7:30, and the meeting starts at 8:15. We'll, of course, keep you updated on abcactionnews.com. I'm live in St. Pete this morning. Larissa Scott, ABC Action News.
Thank you, Larissa. Well, it's opening day. The Tampa Bay Rays set to begin the 2024 season later this afternoon. Coming up, we break down ways you can save money on parking for the game.
And Florida's teacher shortage isn't any closer to being solved. Why money isn't the only issue causing teachers to leave classrooms.
ABC Action News is sponsored by Rubenstein Law.
Good morning, everybody. 12 minutes after 6 o'clock on this Thursday morning. Cloudy skies in Clearwater. Still have some showers on the way out in the Gulf of Mexico. I'm tracking those, and when the sunshine returns, plus a look at that weekend in your Super 7-day forecast. That's coming up in just minutes. Dia.
All right, thank you, Greg. 12 minutes after 6 now. Here's a look at the morning's top stories. Former Senator and Democratic Vice Presidential candidate Joe Lieberman died yesterday afternoon following complications from a fall. In 2000, when Vice President Al Gore chose Lieberman as his running mate, he became the first Jewish vice presidential nominee of a major party. A funeral service will be held tomorrow in his hometown of Stamford, Connecticut. He was 82 years old.
It's sentencing day for Sam Bankman-Fried, who presided over the largest crypto collapse in history. A federal jury convicted the FTX co-founder of defrauding his customers, investors, and lenders. He faces up to 110 years in prison. However, prosecutors are only seeking a sentence of 40 to 50 years. Bankman-Fried's lawyers are asking for 6.5 years.
There were no jackpot winners in last night's Powerball drawing. 2 tickets sold in Florida matched 4 numbers and the Powerball and are each worth $50,000. The jackpot for Saturday night's drawing is now worth an estimated $935 million.
Tampa Bay Lightning extended their point streak to 8 straight games in a 3-1 win over the Bruins last night. Braden Point scoring his 42nd goal of the season in the win. He has 6 goals in the last 4 games. The Bolts next play Saturday night when they host the New York Islanders.
Florida has the highest number of teacher vacancies in the country, and teacher pay in our state is lagging far behind demand. That's according to newly released research that takes aim at why filling teacher positions is becoming increasingly difficult.
For months, I-Team investigator Katie LaGrone has analyzed what's driving teachers away. Katie obtained new records that show it's more than money. It's opening day for the Tampa Bay Rays. Rays hosting the Toronto Blue Jays at Tropicana Field on their season opener. First pitch scheduled for 4:10 this afternoon. Kevin Cash will pass Joe Madden as the longest tenured manager in club history. He's also just 16 wins shy of Madden's win total as Rays manager. This morning, you're invited to watch as St. Pete Mayor Ken Welch will raise up the flag, a ceremony to raise the Tampa Bay Rays flag outside St. Pete City Hall. That is scheduled for 9:45 this morning. So let's go ahead and bring in Jazz right now. Jazz fans of the Rays know this. They can expect roads around the Trop should be very busy this afternoon. The game, if it isn't already, will be close to a sellout.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, James. That's very true. And drivers, if you are going to opening day or any Rays game this season, it'll cost you at least $20 to park in a lot at Tropicana Field. But there is an inexpensive way to get there that's still really convenient. So instead, you might want to consider parking in any of the downtown St. Pete public garages. It'll cost you no more than about $5, and then you can just hop on the free baseball shuttle to the Trop. Now, the pickup point is near the James Museum. That's right here. That's on 2nd Street between Central Avenue and 1st Avenue South. And then the shuttle will drop you off on the west side of Tropicana Field on 16th Street South, which is also where you'll go right after the game for the return ride back to downtown. So that's right there. Now, shuttle service normally begins at 90 minutes before any game. So here are a couple of things that you want to remember. That's except for opening day today, when it starts at 2 o'clock, which is 2 hours ahead of the first pitch. But shuttles do run every 10 minutes until 1 hour after the game. Trolleys and minibuses also provide the shuttle service, but only the trolleys are equipped with a wheelchair lift. So those are some options for you if you want to save a little money. Greg D, I know you're all into saving a little bit of money, but can you tell us what the weather's going to be like for opening day?
Oh, it's going to be beautiful. You know, if you're able, you may want to do that walk from downtown all the way out to the Trop down the Grand Central District. It's just a beautiful spot. That development there along Central Avenue is just incredible in St. Pete. Of course, inside, the weather not a big issue, but many of you will be getting out there late this morning or midday, do a little tailgating, maybe grab some lunch in downtown St. Pete, then mosey your way over towards the Trop for that first pitch just after 4 o'clock. Temperatures will be in the 70s. Now, if you get out there really early, you may run into some rain, but after 9 o'clock, we're going to be dry. And then getting back to your car or heading home this afternoon or evening after the game, it looks really good too. It's going to be windy and a little bit cooler. You may want to have a jacket or a sweatshirt with you if you're staying in downtown St. Pete after that opening game. There's that rain chance in St. Pete this morning. It's at about 30 to 40%. Then the rest of the day, sunny, breezy, and mild. The showers already lighting up offshore. Notice how they're filling in on the radar south of the storms now in Citrus County. This whole area is going to pivot through Pinellas, Hillsborough, and Pasco County. So one more burst of rain. This is probably going to come in the last hour of the morning commute. If you're an early driver before 8 o'clock, you'll probably be dry except Hernando and Citrus County. Between 8 and 9 is when I think most of these Bay Area towns will see some of these showers. And it could be up to an inch in some spots, some heavy rain. Then the winds this afternoon. This is something you'll really notice. Gusts over 30 miles per hour. It's going to be an interesting day with the weather changing from morning to the afternoon. The morning wet, humid, temperatures in the low 70s. By midday, the rain is already out to Orlando and Lake Wales, and the coast is sunny, breezy, with the humidity plummeting. And that's going to plummet all afternoon, leaving us with an absolutely gorgeous and breezy afternoon. And if you don't get enough of it today, great news about tomorrow. It looks even better. A chilly start in the morning in the 40s and 50s, then the afternoon, a 10 out of 10. Get outside tomorrow. Maybe make it a 3-day weekend. Of course, heading into the holiday weekend, many of you may have tomorrow off. It's Good Friday. Beautiful weather lasts through Easter Sunday and into next week too. Jazz.
All righty then, Greg D. Good morning to you, Tampa Bay. Let's take a look at the Sunshine Skyway Bridge, which is starting off really quiet out there. By quiet, I just mean pretty steady. It's normal. We don't have any problems out there on our bridges. Howard Franklin, Courtney Campbell, nobody looks like they're in any type of distress in the sense that it's just a really smooth commute for those of you navigating between Manatee and Pinellas counties. I will say the only issue I'm tracking right now is going to impact drivers coming out of Seffner, and to be honest with you, it really doesn't seem to be that impactful, but it is a crash I want you to be aware of. That's on Clay Pit Road, and that's at Mango Road. So my drivers there, if you're anywhere near east of I-75, and maybe that's a part of your drive, that could impact you, but as far as I-4 goes, absolutely beautiful. No issues there at all. We'll keep you updated if that changes. Dia, I'll send it back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Jazz. Helping underserved communities. Coming up, the big award one local nonprofit just received, allowing it to continue its decades-long mission.
And it's important to always wash your hands after you touch any raw meats if you want to avoid becoming ill.
Salmonella is a bacterial infection that people can get from touching contaminated food or through contaminated water or perhaps from their pet.
Coming up, who's most at risk from a salmonella infection and how to protect yourself if your pet carries the bacteria.
Here's a look at your Tampa Bay area drive times.
For somebody that hasn't been through this kind of situation before, it's kind of scary. You're hurt, your car's destroyed. How's this going to impact my job, my income, my future? And Farrah Ferry made sure that I understood what was going to happen step by step, and it took care of me.
ABC Action Traffic is sponsored by Advent Health.
Reducing flooding in Brooksville, that's the goal of county leaders. Coming up, the help they're asking from families to ease future flooding events.
I'm Joe St. George in Washington. The Baltimore Bridge collapse is heartbreaking video to watch. So what will Congress do about it? Will federal investigations be launched? Could a new law be passed to help Baltimore rebuild? We look at that angle next.
ABC Action Traffic is sponsored by Farrah and Farrah.
Good morning, Tampa Bay. Let's get your day started. This is ABC Action News, taking action for you.
Renovations could soon begin at the Fair Oaks Park in East Tampa. Coming up this half hour, the amenities you'll see there if council members approve the project today.
Good morning, everybody. This is Sean Daly live at MacDill Air Force Base, getting you ready for this weekend's Air Fest coming up. The extremely handsome Colonel Parker is going to be the mayor of MacDill, they call him. He's going to let you know how to plan the perfect day at Air Fest. No pressure.
That's going to be fantastic, happening this weekend. We'll have more details on that and go back to Sean coming up momentarily. Good morning, Tampa Bay. Thank you so much for waking up with us on a little bit of a rainy Thursday morning. I'm Dee O'Reilly.
A bit of one for sure. I'm James Tully. Let's get you right over to Greg D. It's also opening day. Rays playing a dome. They're going to play today. Some other teams around Major League Baseball, Greg, probably wish they had a dome.
Yeah, the East Coast is going to be dealing with rain throughout the day today. For us, it's just a little morning shower activity. I don't think this is going to be a huge deal. Right now, no rain in Tampa. We've got cloudy skies. I can actually see air traffic coming in and out of TPA, which means the clouds are pretty high up, indicating we're not about to rain anytime soon. 72 right now at TPA with a calm wind and high humidity. Where are the showers? There's been some across the portions of Citrus and Hernando County, and then they stretch farther out into the Gulf of Mexico. It's these showers here in the Gulf that will likely swing by through Pinellas, Hillsborough, and over towards Polk and Pasco counties later on this morning. Once that's done, if you look out to the west, the skies clear nicely across the central Gulf of Mexico, and this clearing is headed in our direction. I expect drier, cooler, more comfortable air to come in by this afternoon. This morning, it is warm and humid. Thunder reported nearby at Inverness, 72 Orlando, 71 in Lakeland, 69 in Sarasota, and 70 in Newport Richey. Upper 60s in Brooksville with showers just off to your west that'll be moving in over the next few minutes. As we go through the day, the next several hours, there is that chance for some pop-up rain. I think the tail end of the morning commute around Tampa and St. Pete could be impacted by some showers. Then after 9 o'clock, the skies start to clear, and we're going to see sunshine for the rest of the afternoon. Tampa will get up into the mid-70s, but places like St. Pete, if you're heading to the Trop today, it's going to be cooler in the low 70s, so grab a jacket before you head out to opening day. And don't forget the winds. They'll be strong, too, gusting over 30 miles per hour. We'll take a look at that weekend weather coming up in just minutes. Jazz, what are you tracking on the roads right now?
Well, right now I am tracking what Action Air 1 is showing us, and I know he's making his way over toward East Adamo and Yeoman Street. Please don't cook me up in my DMs. I believe I'm saying that correctly, but Yeoman Street is where we have an overturned vehicle. So I don't have a whole bunch of information on this just yet. As you can see, he's just getting over there, but I can tell you that drivers, it looks like there is a bit of a slowdown. So my East Adamo drivers who typically take that area, I'm going to try to get you some workarounds. I would encourage you to give us a follow on abcactionnews.com/traffic. Head over to our website. The QR code is right there on your screen. If you open up your camera and scan it, it will take you right to our page where I'll be keeping you updated with workarounds and what I learn about the issue. But for right now, drivers, just be advised that is something that we are tracking for sure. For now, Dia, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Jazz. The horrific bridge collapse in Baltimore happened just 2 days ago. The recovery effort is on hold for now, but now the big question is how quickly will the federal government act to start the rebuilding process?
Scripps News Deputy Political Director Joe St. George explains Congress usually comes together quickly when events like this happen, but that may not be the case this time. Well, Hernando County wants to help Brooksville families whose neighborhoods flood during extreme rainfalls. A flood vulnerability assessment currently being conducted for Brooksville. It'll identify areas that flood and other recommendations to improve resiliency from future flooding events. If you're concerned about your neighborhood, officials want to hear from you during a meeting tonight at 5. It'll be in Building B at the Pasco Hernando State College's North Campus.
And East Tampa Park will soon undergo a massive multi-million-dollar expansion and renovation. That is, if city council members vote to approve it today. The plan calls for spending more than $34 million to renovate Fair Oaks Park in Tampa's Jackson Heights neighborhood. That money would be used to create a 10-acre park with a new community center building, new basketball, pickleball, and shuffleboard courts, an artificial turf sports field, an event lawn, a playground and splash pad, jogging path, and electric vehicle charging stations. The project would be finished by 2026. It's going to be nice when it's done, if it's approved.
It is going to be nice, like you said, if it's approved. Hey, this morning we're taking you to MacDill Air Force Base in Tampa this weekend. As you may know, because Dia and I spoke to somebody from Airfest just a couple of days ago. They're hosting one of the biggest air shows in the nation, Tampa Bay Airfest. It is happening. It's also free to attend.
A lot of fun. It'll feature aerial performances and exhibits from all 5 branches of the U.S. military, plus first responder agencies. Our Sean Daly is live at MacDill this morning with all the high-flying fun. And Sean, Airfest, also a really good way to get up close and personal with some of those really cool planes.
Very up close and personal, including getting up close and personal with that F-16 Thunderbird. That's right, the Thunderbirds are going to be flying both Friday and Saturday at 3 o'clock here. 120,000 people expected at Airfest, one of the biggest around and best. And look who I have with me. The handsome Colonel Parker. I love it. We're almost the same age. And look at you. You look like you're 20 years younger than me. I'm furious about that.
I appreciate
All right.
it.
I love it. Colonel Parker, thank you so much. All right, now, my very good friend Jazz is going to tell you guys the best way to get here on Friday and Saturday. Jazz, give them the info.
Good morning, my good friend Sean Daly. Listen, good morning to you, Tampa Bay. If you are going to Airfest tomorrow or Saturday, there are, just like he said, some important traffic pieces of information that you do need to know about. Well, the city created this beautiful map here, and it shows the entry at 4 points to the base that you can use. The Tankerway Gate, we're going to start left to right. The Tankerway Gate is just east of Manhattan Avenue. The main gate is at the south end of Dale Mabry Highway, and then there's the gate at the end of MacDill Avenue right here. That one is at Bayshore Boulevard, but to use it, everyone in your vehicle must have a Department of Defense or military ID. Now, the city says you should avoid using Himes Avenue to get to it because the base, the road is closed just north of Interbay Boulevard. Now, keep in mind, gates will open tomorrow and Saturday at 8 a.m. MacDill officials do say the parking lots will fill up really fast, so you're going to want to get there by mid-morning at the latest. And once they're full, you will not be allowed in. So they do encourage you to carpool and don't use ride-sharing services. You're allowed to walk or ride your bike to the Airfest, but bicyclists are required to wear a helmet while on the base. James, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Jazz, thanks so much. Coming up, a California Police Department in hot water with Lego. The demand the Danish toy company made after seeing images officers posted online.
And we've told you that exercising keeps your body healthy, but there are other benefits too. The results of a new study showing its impact on sleep. Greg?
And this morning, as you take a look at the Rivergate Tower in downtown Tampa, looking at clouds out to the west, and eventually there's some rain out there too. When those showers move in, when they move out, and what to expect for the rest of the 7-day forecast, that's coming up in just minutes. Time now is 6:42. Good morning.
ABC Action News is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan.
14 minutes till 7 now. Pasco County is holding municipal elections on Tuesday, April 9th. And if you want to vote from home, today is your last day to request a mail ballot be sent to you. You can do that online at pascovotes.gov or by calling the Pasco Supervisor of Elections office. Now, for your vote to count, the elections office must receive your ballot by no later than 7 p.m. on election night. Well, this morning, Danish toy company Lego is upset with the California Police Department, and it's all because of the photos that officers posted online.
You really need to see these pictures to believe them. The Murrieta Police Department posting pictures on social media showing suspects' faces covered up with Lego heads. Turns out a new California law this year prevents police from sharing images of people accused of nonviolent crimes. That's why the Lego heads were used here. Lego contacted the police department telling them to stop using the Lego head images. The police department responding by saying that, yes, they will comply with that request. No problem.
But it was kind of funny, though. I wish they'd gotten permission ahead of time because it was really creative.
They were doing it for a little while, and then a post went viral on Instagram or something, and then Lego saw it, and they're like, nah, not anymore.
Not going to happen. The facial expressions, Greg D, are hilarious.
Yeah, I can see why Lego might not like that.
Yeah, just a little bit.
All right, good morning, everybody. Take a look at the bus stop forecast for today. Looks really nice out there. Temperatures in the low 70s. Cloudy skies, no showers out there yet. For the kids that are getting on the bus in the next hour or so, I think most of them will see dry weather. The kids that start a little later are going to get a little bit more rain in the area. Then, beautiful coming home this afternoon. All the kids will need is sunglasses. Temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. Dog walking forecast for today. Looks a little tricky this morning. This is Bear and Trixie sent in by Nancy. Some puddles and some showers through 9 o'clock, but then it dries out nicely and it just gets breezy for the afternoon. Take a look at the rain planner. The rain chances highest around 9 o'clock, 8 to 9 o'clock in the morning around Tampa, and then they go to 0. And the rest of the afternoon, absolutely incredible. In fact, that just passed today, but Friday, Saturday, Easter Sunday, and Monday, all looking dry and sunny. The rainfall today, this morning, could still add up to a half an inch to maybe an inch in some spots. I'm looking at you, Pasco, Hillsborough, and Pinellas County, where there could be some rumbles of thunder here as well. Where are the showers now? Well, they're mainly up to the north across Citrus and Hernando County, but this line extends out into the Gulf, and it's all moving east with now new showers developing to the east of Egmont and over toward to the east of Bradenton. Take a look at Citrus and Hernando County. We had some thunder here earlier. That is now gone, but there are still a couple of downpours right around Brooksville. You're getting some heavier downpours here. The yellows and the oranges indicating 19, getting some pretty heavy rain. It actually stretches all the way up the East Coast, but once this moves east, look at this big area of dry weather in the center of the country. That's our Easter holiday weekend. Get ready for a lot of wind as that drier, cooler air moves in. Gusts today over 30 miles per hour. Whatever's on the radar now will probably look a little stronger as it moves through mid-morning, but once that's through, there it goes by noon. 80% of us are clear of the rain and already seeing sunshine along the coast. By 4 o'clock, the entire state has cleared out with temperatures in the 70s. Cool this evening. You may need a sweatshirt into the 60s. 50s and 40s on Friday morning. That's Good Friday, and it's going to be an absolutely beautiful day. Easter Sunday looks nice. For morning services, temperatures will be in the upper 50s to near 60 degrees. Jazz, what are you tracking right now?
Well, right now I am tracking an issue for drivers who are in Temple Terrace, but this is going to also impact those of you leaving New Tampa. So this is on I-75. This is for those of you headed southbound. We have a crash with at least 2 lanes blocked. This is before Fletcher Avenue. That's a pretty busy section there, so you can see even it looks like emergency personnel off to the side there, I guess, trying to handle that in the dark. It's kind of tough to see, but you can see that it's definitely impeding the flow of traffic for sure. And I'm starting to see these delays creep up all the way back toward Pebble Creek. Hopefully we don't see it that bad. But if you're heading down toward I-4, taking 75, you can always take Brisby Downs. That's a great alternative, but it will take you a little bit out of the way instead of taking 75. Otherwise, right now, the drive times, that's pretty high. Brisby Downs to I-4, 22 minutes. So it's just kind of ugly over here, but I am going to do my best to keep up with it, keep you aware. We'll let you know about it. Dia, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Jazz. 9 minutes till 7 now. Last month, Punxsutawney Phil predicted an early spring for this year. Well, coming up, we found out how the famous groundhog spent his winter.
Here's a look at your Tampa Bay area drive times.
No matter how you've been hurt, in a car accident, on the job, or from a medical mistake, it doesn't matter. Life goes on. How that life goes on is where we come in. Farah and Farah.
ABC Action News is sponsored by Culpeper Curland.
Welcome back. We now know what Punxsutawney Phil did all winter before predicting an early spring on Groundhog Day. I love that intro. It turns out he's now a proud dad to 2 baby groundhogs. His mate Phyllis just gave birth to the healthy babies. The infant groundhogs have yet to be named. Visitors to the Punxsutawney Memorial Library can watch the family through a viewing window.
After all, winter is cuffing season, you know? Well, history may be made this afternoon at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. Weather permitting, the final launch of a Delta IV rocket is set for launch at 1:40 this afternoon. The rocket is going to put into orbit a classified spy satellite for the U.S. National Reconnaissance Office. There's only a 30% chance of favorable weather for the launch, though, but if the rocket does lift off, you might be able to see it about 3 minutes after the launch if you live east of downtown Tampa, but only 30% favorability at this point, Greg?
I think the rain will be gone by then, Dia. I think the wind could be an issue for them. The showers are going to be clear of our area by 9 a.m. I think by noon it's east of Cape Canaveral, but of course the rocket's going to be going out over the Atlantic, and the weather over the Atlantic is going to be a part of that launch forecast too. For us, windy for the afternoon with temperatures in the upper 70s. James?
Thank you, Greg. Easter Sunday just 3 days away. Coming up at 7 o'clock, why it may cost more this year to buy candy and what's driving the price increase. See that story and a lot more on Good Morning Tampa Bay at 7 o'clock on ABC Action News Plus.
ABC Action News is sponsored by Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Tampa.